Acne, the most common skin disorder, affects around 85% of people ages 12 to 25. When present, they cause annoyance and pain, but the worst part is they don't leave peacefully. They imprint angry scars and prominent blemishes of reminders of what they once were. So, we combat them in numerous ways, such as buying various skincare products, undergoing comedone extractions, receiving injections, and more. As you look at your beautiful, amazing, stunning, spectacular, show-stopping reflection in the mirror, you might have noticed that the pimples on your face look different. That's because there are four main types of acne: comedones, papules, pustules, and nodules. Comedones can be categorized into two categories: whiteheads and blackheads. Whiteheads are open comedones, and whiteheads are closed comedones, and blackheads are open comedones. Papules are inflamed comedones and are usually red and painful to the touch. As you might have guessed, pustules are papules but with pus, and nodules are more severe forms of acne, and when you touch them, you can usually feel a lump underneath your skin, and they tend to be really painful. Now, there are multiple causes of acne. For example, hyperkeratinization, which is when excess keratin increases the adherence of dead skin cells, clogging pores. The use of comedogenic products, hormonal and genetic factors, and more. Thankfully, there are numerous ways we can treat these types of acne, and some methods deal with the bacteria that's abundant on our skin called C. acnes, which was previously named P. acnes. Specific phylotypes of C. acnes can induce the inflammation of comedones, leading into more severe forms such as papules, pustules, and nodules. Therefore, antibiotics are usually used to combat C. acnes. However, here comes the problem. C. acnes are smart, and over time, they can develop resistance against antibiotics. And to prevent that, antibiotics are usually used in conjunction with other medications. So it might go from this picture to this picture instead. Here's some good news. Benzoyl peroxide, or BPO in short, is directly toxic to C. acnes. Therefore, C. acnes are unable to develop resistance against it. That sounds like a lot of hassle, doesn't it? What if I told you that there are acne vaccines under development? C. acnes produce an enzyme called hyaluronidase, and two variants of it can be expressed by C. acne strains: hyaluronidase A and hyaluronidase B. Hyaluronidase A is able to induce inflammation. Therefore, researchers and scientists at UC San Diego are working on a vaccine that targets hyaluronidase A. What this means is that although it's not going to completely eradicate acne because it stems from comedones, it's going to decrease the severity as it's helping prevent inflammation. Additionally, in 2021, Sanofi acquired Origin Biotechnology, which is a biotechnology company, and that welcomed a vaccine called ORI-001. Although there's not a lot of information about it as of right now, we do know that it is based on recombinant proteins. It's fascinating to think that the world is expeditiously moving forward. So if you are intrigued by these vaccines, please raise your hands. I can't see you guys because the lights are blinding me, but I'm going to assume that you guys raise your hands, because so am I. Although these advancements are really intriguing, what really enticed me was that even if it was just a glimmer of hope, maybe I won't have to suffer from acne in the future. Because as much as acne physically hurt, what hurt me more was the mental toll it had on me. I started developing acne as a tween, apparently too old to be considered a child and too young to be considered a teen. At that time, my peers still had that smooth, even skin, and I constantly compared myself to them and the unrealistic expectations on social media. that was really unhealthy, and it made me so insecure to the point where I did not want to look at my reflection in the mirror. Because whenever I did, I felt like I was being stabbed by hundreds of blunt knives. I did not want to take pictures of myself. And if you were to scroll through my gallery at that time, you would notice how I had pictures of my friends, family, food, games, you name it, but none of myself. And when I did look at my reflection, however, I would imagine how I would look like without the blemishes on my face, that if I didn't have them, I would probably look better. And I was thankful even when COVID-19 hit and I could hide half of my face with my mask and obscure the other half with my glasses and hair. It gets even better, because I could just show off my radiant forehead during Zoom meetings, just this portion of my face. Now, thankfully, I was surrounded by really supportive and amazing people, and I am beyond thankful for them. They helped me learn to love myself, and although it's not like I don't feel insecure at all, it's still a process. Regrettably, I know that isn't the case for everyone, which raises a question. Why do we perceive acne and imperfections in general as defects? I don't know how exactly or when exactly it started, but I do know that it started as a seed that was planted in our minds. As we went throughout our day, we started to spread these seeds, and we built an entire kingdom out of it. Especially with how interconnected we are in the present, these seeds spread with more ease at a more rapid pace. And so from a kingdom we built with our very own hands, it developed into an entire empire. Once we allowed these norms to define and validate us, we suppressed our true beauty. Therefore, I would like to remind you that acne and honestly just imperfections in general are a part of who we are. They are the intricate pieces that make us unique, the patches that make up a quilt. We live in a society where these flaws are not celebrated. They are scorned upon even, and you might think that you're an outcast for possessing them. However, that's not the case. It's so easy to mask our shortcomings. Therefore, these sublimities make us think that we have to be perfect to be good enough. Now, I'm not saying that cosmetics, medical procedures, and editing are bad. I'm saying that it's normal to not be faultless. Because acne are a symbol of our transition into our teenage years, a period filled with ups and downs, a time when you discover more about yourself, and a new chapter filled with ecstasy. So if you still have acne as an adult, just think that you're a teenager. Smile lines are an engraving of the joyful moments we've experienced. Crow's feet are a reminiscence of the times and the smiles we've had, and scars represent our perseverance and the battles in which prevailed. There's nothing wrong with them, and I aspire for society to love individuals for who they are and what they bring. Let's embrace our differences because you're amazing the way you are. Thank you.